Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Welcome. If you're watching me live right now on my Twitch channel, hi, how you doing? Thanks for watching. But if you're watching this back on my YouTube channel, it's a video replay. Once again, hi, how's your dog? Thanks for watching. Now, it's never necessary, it's never asked for, but hey, it really does mean a lot. If you could like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free. One of the only things in the world that is free, and it makes me feel good. So if you want to like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I want to take the time right now to say thank you in advance for helping my channel grow. Thank you. Now, if you remember, a couple of days ago, I streamed a game called Barney Nights. Now, this is called Varney Lake. Pixel Pulps. It's a part of the Pixel Pulps collection of 3 games. I think this Varney Lake is the first in the series. And the Barney Nights was the one we did. The Barney Nights was the latest game, but we streamed that one first. We're a bit backwards here. But not to worry at all. Welcome to the stream, Jerker. Welcome to the stream, Brookie. Thank you for calling past. Now, this stream is proudly presented by, sponsored by, and supplied by Stride PR. Thank you guys for sending the game to stream for my fabulous viewers out there. Let me tell you about this game before we start. Once again, developer, Chorus Worldwide Games at LCB Game Studio. Thank you. Okay, unearth the dark truth of Varney Lake. I'm just going to adjust my headset for a second. It's feeling weird. Okay, that's better. Just had to adjust the size. Someone was playing around with it. What really happened at Varney Lake? 1954, during a long hot summer, Jimmy, Doug, and Christine all spending their 4th vacation together at Varney Lake. Teenage crushes, pranks and card tricks, long days of adventure, a pipe dream of saving the local dive-in from demolition, their kids coming of age. Until they find a vampire. That's a bit of a shock. 1981, Lou Hill, a paranormal investigator, has led on a mind-blowing case. Will he be able to convince the now 40-something Christine and Jimmy to tell the truth about that summer? Do they even know themselves? And what really happened to Doug? The follow-up to Mothman 1966. So, Mothman is another game in the Pixel Pulps collection, and that's the first. Actually, I was wrong. Mothman 1966 is the first game in the collection. Then it goes Varney Lake, and then it goes Barney Nights. So we're streaming in Barney Nights, Varney Lake, Mothman. We're doing it backwards. Why? Well, why not? One, because I'm stupid. I had no idea which way order it went in, and I just guessed. And then, yeah, well, it is what it is, guys. If you're watching this back on my YouTube video, please watch the video streaming from Mothman 1966 first, which I haven't done yet, and I'll be doing it tomorrow. So once you see them, all three of them up there, Mothman first, Varney second, and Barnside Nights third. I'll link him in my description. And yeah, okay. Varney Lake is the second of the Pixel Pops, a new series of interactive adventures created by novelist Nico Santariasis. I pronounced your name wrong, but I do apologise. And artist Fernando Martinez, Rupel. Pixel Pops telling gripping stories inspired by the mid-20th century pulp fiction and illustrated by 80s home computer-inspired graphics. The Pixel Pops collection comprises of 3 games, Mothman 1966, Varney Lake, and Barnside Nights. Varney Lake is for anyone who enjoys the fine storytelling and engaging puzzles. Search for the truth in this nostalgic branching narrative. Immerse yourself in the story of its rich, educative illustrations. Witness the fate of Varney Lake's characters in choose-your-own-adventure-style gameplay. Solve accessible brain-teasing puzzles. Learn more about Lou Hill, the Pixel Pops recurring investigator. Okay, so this game got released last year on April 28th, 2023, so it's been out, it's coming on a year now. But, once again, the good people at Stride PR have sent me this game. Since we did Barnside Nights, they said, hey, you should also do Varney Lake and Mothman as well. Remember, guys, Mothman's coming tomorrow. The publisher, Chorus Worldwide Games. Supported language are English, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. It's available for the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, the PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, of course. Okay, so I'm going to get into it right now. Let's check out a couple of settings so we can see. Settings is all there. Gallery, we've never played this game before, so we've got nothing in the gallery at all. Secret scenes? Nothing, because we haven't played it. And then we've got some question marks here that we haven't done. Let's get into the game. Pixel Pops, Varney Lake, brought to us by Stride PR and Chorus Worldwide Games, LCB Game Studio. Thank you. Let's do it. Okay, Jimmy. One summer 1954. Okay, my headset is really messing with me. Press any button. Truth or dare? Question takes you by surprise. I don't know why you ask me. He always makes the same choice. Truth. Okay, so we get. What do you reckon, guys? Truth or dare? I reckon dare. Jimmy says dare. What did I tell you, huh? If I chose truth, it would have been the same thing, I reckon. Same thing. Okay. As hard as it is to admit, Doug is right. Dare always was the easy option for you. Christine bites her lip. Let's see. I know. You're going to try Doug's new game. Huh? Wouldn't you rather make me eat a beetle? Or do a handstand on an ant's nest? Yeah, you two laugh. You need me later to learn new tricks. Christine taps you on the shoulder. You look at her and she smiles at you. You can't think of anything to say. You feel like you feel like every step you don't open your mouth is another missed opportunity. And you know what, when you went to sleep and run that conversation in your head, 1,000 things you could have said to her will come to you. You think you hear someone whistling. Are you imagining things now? You're still bothered about yesterday. Why didn't you wait for Doug and Christine to arrive? What did you want to prove? You try to think of something else. Like your mum says, what's done is done. You clear your throat. Dear listeners, yeah, fuck yeah. Well, formally kick off a new summer in Varney Lake. Doug clutches his hand and Christine wolf whistles. I can't whistle. I try to whistle. So see if I can do it. Wet my lips. That's pretty pathetic, but yeah, kind of. Christine is a year and 10 months older. But when you do the radio host voice, you don't feel that age gap as much. But she's Doug's cousin, and this is the 4th summer you've spent together. She lives with just her mum. Her dad died in a Korean War. Doug is a few minutes younger than you. He's still 12, but turns 13 in a few weeks. He never knew his father, and his mother is a Christine's aunt. Christine, Doug, are you an only child? And what had started as a joke ended up formalizing into an idea of a club. So make yourself comfortable. You pause and point to Doug and Christine. The all-new adventures of the only child club are about to begin. The club had been Doug's idea. But if it was for Christine, who suggested trying to raise the money to buy the old Varney Lake Drive-In Theatre, they say you can see strange lights at night. Christine makes a noise with her mouth. Okay, turn that off. Sorry, guys. Stop it. Okay, now I've turned my phone off. My apologies. Who say? Doug doesn't answer. It wouldn't be the headlights of a ghost car, would it? You laugh. Doug takes a deep breath and shakes his head from side to side. People died in the fire. Real people. Can't you see the face, Jimmy? He's fucking with you. Doug laughs and makes some faces at you. You let her laugh and threaten to punch him in the stomach. You get the old sycamore tree and try to erase the memory of what time you chickened out of kissing Christine. Jimmy, the dare? And it all started 2 summers ago. Doug had shown you a book he was obsessed with. He wouldn't tell you where he found it. The book provided lots of valuable information on games playing with cards, matchsticks, dice. That tin can really keep your money in is going to be big enough, right? Doug opens his backpack, takes out a deck of cards and hands it to you. In the last few years, you 3 have raised enough money to get your hopes up. Remember what we promised. Christine tucks her hair behind her ear. Before the youngest member of the club turns 18. Doug beats his chest. That wouldn't be me. We'll buy the drive-in. The solitaire game I invented is going to make us so much money. He invented solitaire? It's called Solitaire 10. Okay, so he didn't invent solitaire. He invented Solitaire 10. I've never heard of it. Probably there's like 1,000 different solitaire games. You'll see why. Okay, so we're playing. What do we do? Okay, the idea is to start from the card you turn over and try to add cards to get to 10. 10, but isn't the jack worth 11? No, jack's worth 10, isn't it? I think ace is worth 1 or what's ace worth? Blackjack is ace and ace is worth 11 and 1, isn't it? So if you have blackjack, you have a jack and blackjack, 21. So yeah, the jack is 10 and the ace is 11, so 21. Yeah, I'm right. If I'm wrong, you can smack me. Yes, the jack is 11, the queen is 12, and the king is 30. Okay, with no idea what's going on here. Okay, no idea. So, Doug pauses before revealing the key to this creation. So obviously, different card games have different numbers. No idea. Depending on the color of the card you turn over, cards you'll choose from the board will either add or subtract to the total. Try as you might, you'll find it hard to follow Doug's instructions. Doug seems to realize this and signals you to wait. If the first card is red cards will add up in the total, and the black cards will subtract. Okay. And if it's black cards will add the ones that add up, and the red cards will subtract. Okay. Oh. And what happens if you reach 10? If you can't reach 10? You turn over a new card and continue with that one. Oh my god. Christine remains silent. She seems about to say something, but in the end, she doesn't. And get this. Doug can't hide his excitement. If you reach 10 using all of 10 cards available, you're a shout out Super 10 and win outright. Okay, so Doug's off his head. Doug taps you on the shoulder. You make a Super 10 and I'll give you a dare. Well, just get started. If you run out of cards to turn over and can't make 10, we count the cards in the pot, and that's what your final score. Okay, so select the card. Okay, so what are we selecting, guys? Move cursor to the left. Gonna have to select. I'm gonna go for Move the case. Oh man, what's going on here? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go that one. Add. What's okay? So we're gonna get. Hold on. What's king? King's 13, is it? Okay, move keys to the right. Okay, select card, end turn. Add some to the pot. The cards have to add up to 10. Okay, so that's 16 now, isn't it? My bad. I needed the red one. Math was never your song. Yeah, definitely wasn't mine either. I got it right, but I forgot that the black substitute. Okay, so select the card. Okay, so we're on 16 now. We're gonna get 10. So were you at 6 here? No, we've got a 5 though, don't we? Let's just do the 5. Okay, so now we're at 11, I do believe. 11. Okay, so if we take the 11 down to, okay, so we go, okay, so what are we on now? Sorry. 16 and we're at 11. So if we go, we do a 3, select a card. No, wrong way. That way. That's a 3, isn't it? Looks like a 3. And then select a card. That's this. Hold it. Did I stuff up again with the colors? Okay, so wait. I think I stuffed up with the colors again. I did. Crap. 16, 11, and now we're back to 14. Oh, why do I keep... Okay, what we'll do, add card. No, wrong card. Undo. Undo last move. I didn't mean to. Okay, back. Select the card. Move card left. No, right. Add card. Okay, select the card. Right. Add card. And end turn. Is that 10? Add to the pot. The cards have to add up to 10. What have I got then? Okay, king is 13. I swear to God he said 13. Then we've got a 3, 16. Minus 5 is 11. Plus 3 is 14. Then take 2 and 2 is 10. Yeah? Math. Okay, what? I've read it wrong. I just want to end turn. I want to exit. Stop playing. You can't focus on the game. I can't because it's no idea what I'm doing. I did pay attention too, in a way. Maybe not. Obviously not because I swear he said Jack was 11, Queen was 12, and King was 13. Unless I got it back to front. Maybe Queen was 13. Don't know. Cousin. Now what? Christine seems to enjoy the situation. There's an easy way to make a Super 10. No? How? Christine starts to explain something, but you stop paying attention. You hear a whistle sound that makes your gut clench. You see Brendan in the distance and your heart starts to race. They're looking for you. Okay, this dude's looking for a fight. Guys, I fucked up. Doug and Christine suddenly shut up. What do you mean you fucked up? Jimmy? You point to the spot of the horizon, your voice cracks. It's just that Brandon... You pause and try to sound more confident. Yesterday played dice, and I fleeced him. Christine taps you on the shoulder, and Doug throws his head in his hands. Fucking hell. They're going to kill us. Shh, come on, come over here. And get down. Back to the chopper. Christine is almost 2 years older than you. But there are times when you feel even younger next to her. You walk non-stop for more than half an hour. If Brennan doesn't kill us, the heat will. You look at Doug. The cream he uses is invisible, but it's got a strong smell. You got to get used to it, but it still hits your nostrils from time to time. It is true that what your mother says. Doug is the only boy you know who is allergic to sun. I can't believe you didn't wait for us yesterday. What do we change the subject or try to explain? Try to explain. Brendan wanted a rematch. I didn't think he'd figure out Doug's trick. You thought. That's your problem. You think too much. You keep quiet and look straight ahead. You can't bring yourself to hold Christine's gaze. Sorry to interrupt you, but we've reached the river. Little River is one of the main tributaries of Varney Lake. Is it safe? Oh, that sounded weird, didn't it? You take a deep breath and cross the old bridge at full speed. Oh man, that's really going through me. That's really weird. The distance makes you feel better. Because even though you like her, Christine imitates you. Come on, Doug. Don't be a pussy. Doug looks at Christine and Christine points to the bridge. Your turn. Doug starts to cross. A board moves and he lets out a scream. Christine laughs. It's beautiful, but it makes you feel hollow. And that hollowness reminds you of Christine's been dating a boy from her hometown for several years. And that's when the summer is over, she'll be back with him. Over there, see? Yes. What is it? No freaking idea. Should we go see? Christine nods and Doug shrugs. You've never been a part of the Varney Lake before. How far? We walked already. Not far enough yet. Brennan is... Christine seems to be looking for her right word. Bitter. A son of a bitch, you think? You walk faster to try to keep some thoughts out of your head. Christine follows close behind you and Doug. Wow. A new headquarters for the club. Gets my vote. Is it abandoned? Let's go and see. You all run to the entrance with a mill with surprising energy. Although the door is open, the stench of the confinement is intense. There's a guy in there. Oh, it's a vampire. It's Dracula. The sun. For a few seconds, no one says anything. Doug seems to remember something and starts going through his backpack. My mum brought this allergy cream for me. The sun. Something is about this man's desperation moves you. You grab Doug's hand and shake your head. You think of your grandfather. The day he died. You had to read him a letter from your grandmother. When you finished, and you thought he had fallen asleep, you got up carefully and walked to the door. But he was not asleep. Whispering, he asked you to close all the curtains. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Half an hour later, you found him dead in his bed. And you could swear he was smiling. He doesn't need any cream, Doug. He just wants a little darkness. The sun is coming in through 2 different windows. One high up, the other full of broken glass. I cover the windows, search through the rubble. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? We'll close the windows. You think about asking Doug and Christine to stand in front of the windows, front of the lowest window. But it's full of glass and looks dangerous. As for the higher window, there's no way to cover it without using some kind of tool. Now search the rubble. Grab blanket. You lift the blanket and shake it a little. Move old pillow. Lean against the high window, lean against the window of the broken glass. You leave the blanket on the floor. You ask Doug and Christine for help and you lift up the old pillow. You bring it up to the wall and prop it up, trying to block the light coming through the high window. Light is still coming in. Let's do better. You nod and you move the plow again. Watch out for the glass. You move it closer to the window and gently rest it and block the light coming in from the outside. Excellent. Okay, search the rubble again, I think. Grab long reed. In a corner of the mill, you find some long reeds. You grab one. Grab blanket. You lift the blanket and shake it a little. Cover the windows. Something occurs to you. Is it the same technique your mum used to remove cobwebs from the high ceilings? Only she was a broom and old rag. You put the blanket over the reed and lean it to reed against the wall. You try to block the light coming through the window without success. You need another reed to stretch the blanket and cover more surface area. Search the rubble. Grab another long reed. Cover the windows. Okay, so you lean the second lead against the wall and tuck it under the blanket. Moving the two reeds carefully, you stretch the blanket to block all the light coming through the high window. Old man. Doug's canteen bounces off the walls and lands on the rubble with a thud. You're not even sure you saw the old man lashing out. And you wonder if your brain isn't filling in the blanks. Ah! You help the old man up. Who is he? And why is he dressed like that? You turn your head towards the door. That's a deer. It's like Bambi. The old man raises his hand. He gazes fixed upon the animal. None of you move a muscle. You think of Brandon laughing about how his brothers used to kill rabbits. You have to point the flashlight at them, then freeze like idiots. You approach slowly and a good hit does the rest. But what followed was no hit at all. The body of the deer lay limp at the rest of the feet of the vampire. It's noon, and the same sun you blocked from the old mill shines with all its intensity over Varney Lake. And you get outside, don't you? You just get outside right now. Maybe he's a friendly vampire. I don't know. Okay, number 2, Autumn 1981. Luke. Okay, so it's raining. And you can actually hear the raining. Hear the rain, in the headset. And it's going through me. It's piercing my spine. It's a horrible sound. Like you can hear this like static, and you can hear tick, 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 like kind of sound. And it's terrible. Like it's hurting me. Like I know it's cool, but it's going through it goes through you. I can only imagine the fear you must have felt. You remain silent, staring at some point behind your head. After his detailed account about that first encounter with the vampire, he seems somewhat changed. But you can't really say how. You look towards the door. Won't be a second, guys. Just got a text. Okay, I'm back, sorry. Do apologise. Will she come as she promised? Jimmy sighs and looks down. What's he thinking about? He doesn't know about it, but you get your old hands on the reports about the involvement in the Vietnam War through an accomplice. Would you include any of that in your new book? Okay, so let's just do it. Ask again if they were afraid. Huh? You repeat the question one more time. No, I'm not afraid. I don't really know. We were kids. You wait for him to say something else, but he seems lost in thought again. Another coffee? Jimmy shakes his head, and you don't insist. You think of your editor and the words he would said to you the last time you met. Your career wouldn't survive another failure. Jimmy settles back in his chair. You want to know what I'm afraid of, Luke? Did you ever forget a name? The director of the movie? Or the author of a book? When something like that happens to you, the mind becomes obsessed. Who's the dude in the background? Like, seriously. He's like stalking the crap out of everyone. He's creepy looking. Top right hand corner, guys. Not the guy with the newspaper. Yeah, he's like a ninja. It goes into a loop, trying to remember the name even when you don't care anymore. The answer can appear at any moment. While you're watching TV, while you're washing the dishes. That's stubbornness. That freedom of your mind to work behind the scenes. And if it were an independent entity. What's the limit, Lou? Does it have an end? You remain silent, feeling how the distance between you and Jimmy grows with each passing second. For you, these questions were never rhetorical. And you know that there were not many people prepared to listen to the answers. There it is. After talking on the phone, you had your doubts. But in the end, she came. You had chosen his table that Jimmy was sitting with in the back of the door. You needed the surprise effect. Jimmy? Christine? Time seems to stand still and neither of them moved. How long has it been? 27 years? Wow. You notice the way Jimmy seems to stumble over his words. You know that love is nothing more than an adaptive trick to perpetuate the species. But as with any other magic trick, knowing there is a trick is not enough to escape its effects. Come, let's sit at the table. Jimmy, I can't believe it. Jimmy smiles and you look away. There's something about that gesture that makes you uncomfortable. As if the muscles in his face have forgotten what a smile looks like. I'm a little late. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. We've just started. You tell Christine what you were talking about with Jimmy. That day in the summer of 1954 when you met the vampire. Did he tell you about him, Doug, my cousin? Jimmy nods and starts drumming his fingers on the table. Why is he drumming his fingers on the table? Although you assume it's nervous gesture, Jimmy's fingers seem to be asking something of Christine. That summer was... I'm sorry. I thought I was ready. You lean forward and take a deep breath. You know you can't miss the opportunity. You tell what you can about the new book. So obviously something happened about Doug and the vampire. The vampire killed Doug. I'm going with that right now. Could be wrong, but we're going with that. At first you'll find it and I could get some ideas. You're not selling a project to a publisher. Gradually you'll find your tone and you're aware of the effect your words have on both Jimmy and Christine. You even talk about memory as a way of purging the present at the point where you're feeling particularly poetic. But you know the memory can't be that. And much more. You don't feel comfortable. Why are you doing this? It was your editor really thinks so important. Your readers? Anyway, you had imagined to spur a change. And Christine seems determined to talk. You have to understand that we were kids. Kids. You find it intensely interesting that Christine uses the same arguments as Jimmy. That summer was just the beginning. Wow, I missed that feeling. The days seemed to go on forever. And we could do nothing. Oh, sorry, and we could do anything. My bad. Okay, part 3, Christine, summer 1954. What do you think of the odds are? You like this feeling. Almost as you were floating. And even think you weighed a little less. You needed this. And you know your mum did too. I'd say the same odds as shuffling a deck of cards. And getting an order that's already been dealt. In the history of all mankind. In the history of all mankind! That's how he says it. Wait a minute. How? I read somewhere that you shuffle a deck of 52 cards well. If you shuffle it very well, 4 or 5 times, like this, even though you're not looking at him, you can imagine Doug shuffling an invisible deck of cards. The odds of getting a card order somewhere already got an infinity small. Sorry guys, I just smashed my mic. I had a scratch behind my ear. Smash the mic. Apologise. That's a slight breeze. You try to imagine what could be a possible configuration for you to sit. How small? Huh? It was like 1 in, I don't know, a huge number. I think it had like 67 zeros. Wow. Does a number that big even have a name? You can't help but smile. Jimmy is nothing like your boyfriend. Your boyfriend is taller, bigger, More self-confident? I think we're going to see it. Neither one of them says anything, but you know they're waiting for you to go on. Doug, your little cousin, who has always idolized and feared you in equal measure. Jimmy, Doug's friend, who is now your friend too. And you always knew he liked you. Mark my words. This summer we're going to see Mount Rushmore in the sky. I don't know, cousin. 67 is a lot of zeros. The math is not important. It's enough that we've already added in the first list. Doug pulls your journal out of your backpack and hands it to you. And you all read a summer bucket list with a variation. Okay, get $100 USD. Catch an albino tarpon. What's that? See Mount Rushmore in the clouds. Let's do $100. This was one of the club's oldest goals. Year after year, you aim to raise $100 to someday to be able to buy the drive-in theatre. Wow, I think the drive-in theatre is going to cost a lot more than $100. Last year, you had come close. And Jimmy thought all you needed was a little more ruthlessness. And catch. Martin, Felix's father, was the only one who had ever caught one. Such a feat had earned him the picture of the wall of the fisherman's bar. There was a time where everyone wanted to catch another albino tarpon, so it's obviously a fish, a white fish. But time went by and people started to distrust Martin's story. And the very existence of the albino tarpon, is it tampon? A bit rude there if we said tampon, wouldn't it be? No, it's not. I'm just joking, guys. Even though you understand the boys' doubts, you know they're looking for the problem is the wrong way. Finding shapes in the cloud speaks more about people looking for them than the shapes themselves. The problem is to get three of you to agree on what you're seeing. And when the moment comes, when all three of you agree on what you're seeing the same thing, you will have reached the most precious moment of your friendship. Okay, let's check out the map of Varney Lake. You look at the locations you've marked on the map. Okay, Felix had told you before that he was born. His parents had a daughter. A daughter who would now be like you if you weren't for a strange disease that had caused her death at a very young age. That's sad. Maybe that's why Martin talked to you more than the rest. And maybe that's why he told you about the place where you should start looking for the albino tarpon. Okay, Eagle Hill. Eagle Hill is located southwest from the lake. The perfect place to feel close to the sky and find different shapes in the clouds. Eagle Hill was one of the spots that couples older kids used to meet up at night. Until the winter Barbara disappeared. Barbara lived year-round at Varney Lake. Eagle Hill was the last place she'd seen alive. And with Barbara, no less. After ruling out Brandon as a suspect, the police believed that Barbara had run away from Varney Lake. Rumour around town is that she didn't get along with her parents at all. General Market, which is that store, obviously there, yep. The General Market is almost as old as the first settlement in Varney Lake. You can also buy almost anything, from bread or butter to batteries or cigarettes. But even more important, the General Market is surrounded by a concrete playground where the kids from Varney Lake hang out a lot. I wonder if it sells beer. I could go a nice cold beer right now. And that playground is the ideal place to play Doug's games. Shouldn't we mark the area the vampire told us about? Doug's right. The old cobblestone road stretches for miles. No one knows when it was built, or by whom. The vampire had told you to follow it to the end. So obviously it was a good night. It was a good vampire, because we helped him with the light, so he was our friend. And to wait until it was 7 o'clock in the evening. Jimmy looks at Doug. I told my mum I'm sleeping at your house tonight. I told Mum I'm sleeping at yours. Doug and Jimmy laugh heartily. Their mothers aren't at each other's throats and not talking. It's the perfect alibi. What about you? Neither of them ask you anything. You know they do not do it out of respect. Your mum is usually so drunk at night that you don't have to make up an excuse to go out. You take a deep breath and get up. Summer is just the beginning. And Varney Lake seems full of possibilities. Okay, let's go fishing. How many fish does the old geezer want? You'd like to say something about the chooser. Keep quiet. Old geezer, Martin had lost his daughter. Is Martin the vampire? Maybe, I don't know. Christine, 9. Jimmy lets out a whistle. Kind of trying to do it again. If we bring him 9 fish, he would tell us where to catch the albino tarpon. You nod. Okay, he's not the vampire. But how are we going to catch so many fish? Last time it was a disaster. Doug's right. But what if he doesn't take the account is that Martin gave you some tricks he learned over a lifetime of fishing. Okay, let's try to fish. Lift rod. You try to remember his words. Don't laugh. But Martin says that to fish, you have to open your senses. Do you know what that synthesizers is? I couldn't get that out. Here we go again. Synthesizers is the ability to perceive something with a different sense that no one can simulate. Seeing a color when you hear a musical note, for example. Martin says that to be a good fisherman, you have to develop sympathizing. When you catch something and try to pull it out of the water, there's going to be a resistance. The fish is going to try to get loose. And what you have to do is imagine those movements in a specific color. God, these words are getting me. Green is for a weak movement, yellow is for a normal, and the red is for a sudden one. And as long as we respond to the movements that correspond for the fish for the fish attempts to escape. Okay. We're going to try it out, and we're going to be able to get it out of the water. Look at this, 9 times? I don't think so. Jimmy looks confused. After a few seconds, Doug starts laughing. Okay, I got a phone call, guys. I'll be back in just a jiffy. Bear with me for a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about the phone call. After a few seconds, Doug starts laughing. And you say my games are complicated. You don't feel like arguing with your cousin. This is not a game. Fishing is an activity. And with all activity, what really matters is to dedicate the necessary time to learn all the secrets. Okay, lift a rod. Lift rod. Lift rod. Okay, so we lift a rod in the green, is it? Lift rod. Okay, so where are we going to lift a rod, you reckon? Green? And the bottom green here? Okay, so we'll go in these ones. I think this is the right way to do. And then we do the red. You lost it. Okay, sucked. Okay, let's not do that again. Okay, they go achievement, guys. Achievement is unlocked. It's called freedom. Lose a catch. I wonder if I caught a fish, I'd get another achievement. You didn't catch anything, but you just don't feel like fishing anymore. No way, that was too complicated. What do you think that he meant? I think it was clear, especially after seeing how you are shaking in the mill. Huh? Yeah, right. Wasn't it you who let her scream when you bit a deer, huh? You're a little bored of listening to them fight. It's usually something you enjoy. There are times when they seem childish. You think about your boyfriend. What's he doing right now? Does he miss you? Do you miss him? It's here. The end of the old road. I sharpened a twig with a razor. It might work as a stake. I bought a silver chain. For a few seconds, no one says anything. What time is it? You look at the clock. It's almost 7. Brett doesn't show up all day, did he? You don't think that? Doug suddenly goes quiet. Do you feel that? Oh wow. You feel it too. A vibration. Some kind of electricity. I can't even talk so loud. And burning smell. What the? Wow, that was loud, wasn't it? It's like aliens coming down. Come here, come here. Come on, sorry, come here, come on. Jimmy still surprises you. A few minutes ago, it seemed... What word did he use? Childish. Now you don't quite know what to think. What do you think? Shall we go in? Let's go in. You nod your head. Jimmy takes a step forward, but Doug grabs him by the shoulder. Wow, what the f was that? Was it the game? Because it felt like it was something bad. Shouldn't we wait until we are invited? There's the vampire. He's got a magical house. Comes from aliens. Vampire, alien vampire. That's funny. I thought only my kind had to worry about that. Come with me. You look at Doug. Doug looks at Jimmy. And Jimmy looks at you. Jimmy strides forward and forces you to take a few quick steps so as not to be left behind. Wow. Yes, wow. You feel small in here. In there. You've never seen a house with such high ceilings. There was a time when everything was different. You have always been greeted by my servants. Entertained until I decided to join you. What would you like to drink? I'm gonna go a soda. I have a soda. Doug's eyes widen. Me too. Your cousin can't stay away from sugary drinks. What about a Bloody Mary? Oh my god, look at him. An awkward silence follows Jimmy's joke. Same as then? Maybe there's some in the pantry. I'll be back in a minute. As soon as the door to the huge dining room closes, the three of you jump out of your chairs. How old is this furniture? Who are all these people? Did you see the little bats on the chairs? None of you can contain your amazement. After all, you are a vampire's house. Bloody Mary, Doug lets out a hiss and you can't help but laugh. I'm sure it's been thinking of up vampire jokes all afternoon. Jimmy doesn't say anything, and your laughter doesn't last long. The silence is oppressive. No, that's a word. You wonder if the walls of the dining room had ever heard the sound of people laughing. You're unconsciously fondled with your bracelet, and you're thankful it's silver. The door opens and then none of you can say anything. You are lucky. I found carbonated beverages in one of the pantries. Doug and Jimmy uncork their bottles, and they don't like what they hear. A faint hissing sound, like a balloon quietly deflating. Did you see that bottling date? You try to speak softly so the vampire won't hear you, but vampires have got supersonic hearing. They do. One of my maids always said, soda never expires. Did he hear you? How? Told ya. See, I told ya. Do vampires have superhuman hearing? I know you have a lot of questions. Brandon, for example. You won't have to worry about him anymore. Did you kill him? What do you think I am? Let's just say he's not going to be able to hurt anyone anymore. Listen carefully. You saved me, and now I owe you. What about the drive-in theatre? The question takes you by surprise. Is the vampire also able to read your minds? I watched that vampire TV show on AMC+. What was that called? interview of a vampire. And I think vampires have supersonic hearing and they can read your mind. They can. Telepathic, I think, as well. That was a good TV show. I watched the uncut version. I didn't think it was that uncut. Or is there a simpler explanation? We like horror movies. What is Doug doing? What is Doug doing? Why is he even telling him stuff? Give me a minute. I have something to show you. Something to show us? How many of the dozens of horror movies you've seen include a lineup just like that one? You wait for the door to close. And you don't have to say anything. You try to hold back your laughter and breathe through your noses. Why? Why do we run? Doug tries to catch his breath. What do you mean, why? That old guy's a freak, and we don't want to die in his haunted house. You look at Jimmy and smile. Jimmy smiles back. It's just a second, and when you realise, you look down and pull your arm away. What happened? I don't know. I thought the vampire was friendly, they're all friendly. He said, I owe you, so I'm not too sure what happened. Okay, part 4, but we're going to have to leave it there now, guys. Save this one up, because this is a beauty. And back to the main menu. Yes, now let's see if we unlocked anything in the gallery. And out of the 5 pages, we unlocked nothing. Secret scenes, nothing. I can't believe after like almost an hour of gameplay. Oh, what we did. Loser catch. We unlocked this. Wow. And Solitaire 10. We can play Solitaire 10. Which is... I thought that the bottom one might be a fishing game, but it wasn't. My bad. Just gotta quickly just check this volume down real quick. There we go. Okay, so what do we think about Varney Lake? Now, this is the second game in the Pixel Pops universe. So we've got Mothman 1966, which will be streamed tomorrow. So if you want to watch me live, call past tomorrow and watch me. If not, I'll upload it to my YouTube channel for everyone to check out. Then we've got Varney Lake, which we just did then. And then we've got Barnes and Knights, which we did the other day. Doing it backwards. Supposed to go Mothman, Varney, Barneson. Now we're doing Barneson, Varney, Mothman. So it's all over the place. But that's how we are. I like this game. Do I like it better than Barnes and Knights? I think I do. I don't know why. Maybe because it's like 3 kids set in like a holiday kind of scene. It's like one of those movies. It's kind of cool. I like it. Visualization-wise, I like the way it looks. It's cool. Sorry. Soundtrack in the background, it's great. Overall, the game's just brilliant, guys. I really like it. If you're into these type of games, go pick them up. This one's just been released for almost a year now. Varney Lake. It's available for the Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Gonna give this Varney Lake an 8 out of 10. It's decent. Good storyline. Decent game. Yeah, go if you like these type of games, you don't really care about visualization, you just kind of like the old retro style. Yeah, it's an awesome game. Choose your own adventure style. Go pick it up. I'd like to thank everyone for calling past my live stream today. Thank you. If you're watching this back on my YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help my channel grow. Thank you in advance. Big shout out to Stride PR, Chorus Worldwide Games, and LCB Game Studio for sending me this game. Without those 3 people, this stream would not be able to go ahead today. So big shout out to them. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for calling past the live stream. Thank you. Make sure you take care of yourselves and ones you love. Don't forget to feed your pets. Remember, the name's Marbrelay. Say hi to your dog for me. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. Ta-ta.